Welcome all, welcome all. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Vermont, how are you doing, sir? I am back. I'm back from my trip. Woo! Am I back? Let me tell you. We got some stuff to talk about, guys. We gotta have a little talk about what transpired from what was supposed to be a beautiful, which still was a beautiful trip, is just the ride back home. It's a different story. So, also for those looking over my shoulder here, no, it's not a mirage or an illusion or virtual screen. I decided to go ahead and get me my logo out here. I went online to see if I can get something kind of cool, custom made for my logo. And the guy did a phenomenal job. Some big things happened while you were gone. Oh, let's hear I'm dying to know what happened since I've been gone. If there's stuff that we need to address and talk about, let's do it. But I just want to be clear that today is not a editing stream. This is not a tutorial stream. And this is going to be I'm not even wanting to. It's not even a rant necessarily. I just feel like it just needs to be taken care of, addressed, and spoken about. Very, very much so. Okay, so let me see here. Maybe let's wait for a few more minutes before some more people to come in. What's going on, Gio? Welcome, welcome. Gonna wait a few more minutes. Get some more people in here. Let's see. Okay. Cool. That's all I need to see. Well, my friend Gio, I could be better. I'm going to be telling you guys my trip and how things went, and it's a little upsetting. Actually, you know what? It's very upsetting. It's very upsetting. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. It's something that's been happening a lot in our country. To our brothers and sisters and our friends and our neighbors and our loved ones, all here in this world, in this country, really. I can't really speak up for the rest of the world, but in this country. Yes. Oh no, I saw that. I was keeping up with a lot of events that's happening in the U.S. while I was out of town, out of the country. I was following about the whole Brown University shooting. Very sad about Bondi Beach in Australia. Very sad. So my thoughts and prayers go out to those people's families there. Very, very, very sad. It's tragic. Nobody ever wants to know that this is going on in their own, in their own town. It's very sad. Yes. Well, today is a day about me standing tall today, sitting down wise. But I'm gonna tell my story about what happened, the injustice that I was basically given while I was traveling with my family and my wife. So, like I said, I just want to wait for a few more minutes for more people to get in here. Hopefully we can push this out, guys. So if you guys can like and please share this video with the stream with anybody and everybody, so we can get some more eyes and ears on here, and I can get into it. But if for those who haven't seen my post on my YouTube page, make sure you go see that. It gives you a little synopsis about what's going on, but I didn't want to give away too much. I obviously, because I wanted to save it for you guys here. So again, I appreciate you VPR being here. Gio, let me know if you guys think my audio sounds good. I got these the DJI Mac Minis on, so I hopefully it's sounds good, better than before that I've had before. It is very tragic story for this. Yes, it is. So sad. So sad. But you know what? There was a hero. There was somebody that did. There was good news in this tragedy, in this sad story, in this sad event, which is the bystander that came in and took down one of the shooters, which was amazing. Couldn't believe it, man. The guy so selflessly came and he stopped this gunman just with no weapons. He went straight on. So I think it's amazing that he did that. So and you know, I just saw that he got gifted $2.5 million for GoFundMe for his, you know, acts of courageousness. So good for him. Very, you know, that's someone that deserves that kind of money, man. He put his life on the line like that, and you know, it did the right thing. So shout out to that guy. I believe his name was Ahmed, but shout out to him. So that's incredible. And yeah, and then of course Brown University. I was watching LTL Media's streams when he was covering the story. So by the way, great coverage. Other than that, my friend, that was really nice. But it's been sad to see this sadness going on around the world, and then when I come home, it had not obviously to, you know, I'm not comparing my sadness to them, but it is still, you know, still something that you know, affects me, and that makes me sad, and it's something that, you know, should be addressed and should be brought to awareness more and more, and it should be stopped. Should be stopped. The amount of pictures they had out, but had to have the public help. Yeah. Well, listen, there is no better source than the public. Then you can have your whole, you know, your brothers and your sisters to come and help you in a time of need. You know. So Gio, yes. Let me know if, like I said, guys, if this audio is any better. If I need to adjust anything. But for those who haven't noticed up there, right by my head, I might have to shift it over a little bit. I might have to adjust it just because I don't want it to be like right behind me. Maybe I'll do that right now. Let me just do that right now because it's gonna bother the hell out of me. But anyway, as I was saying, great job of LTL to doing the coverage of the whole shooting. You know, very, very, very tragic, very, very sad. All right, let's see if that does it. Of course, I'm gonna have to go and cover those holes up, but it is what it is. All right. Oh yeah, that's better. Yeah. Yeah, that's better. Because whenever I have the painting up, they'll cover up those holes. So no harm, no foul. Beautiful. All right. Yeah, so I got this done. What's going on? Well, welcome to the stream. I'm right now. I'm just waiting for some more people to come into the channel, to the chat, and then I'm going to start my experience that I have and kind of go over my trip and get you guys up to speed. What's going on? And I did say this before. I'm going to say it again. This is not going to be a streaming or a editing stream. This is going to be me more talking to you guys about what happened. This is a story time. Okay. You switched to vertical too. That's what's up. Or horizontal. Oh, no, wait. You're still vertical. I will switch to horizontal. Oh, you're going to. Oh, that's what you will. Okay. Okay, I got you. Yeah, go ahead and switch to horizontal. Gives you the better experience. Like I said, guys, today is not going to be about editing. It's going to be about real life shit. Real life shit. Just needs to like be almost like right there. Oh yeah, I mean not bad, right? So they took my logo and I lost your live stream. Oh. They there you go. Welcome. I had a company on Etsy did this. They took my logo and made it to a metal, and then it has an LED behind it, but it's too bright right now to do anything. But when I do some late night streams, when I turn this bad boy on, oh, it's gonna be fun, guys. So yeah, very excited about having this new addition into the. Yeah, thank you. It's a little different. It's little better from having the bear and butterfly up there. I had to retire that. It is what it is, but this is definitely an upgrade, and I needed it. So here it is. So, like I said, maybe wait a few more minutes here just to get some more people in here. But guys, like I said, this is going to be a story time stream, not a tutorial stream for sure. This is going to be a stream where you have a story that is happening. Okay. I'll tell you some parts in the beginning of how it went, but without going into too much detail right now. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I'm just checking this text real quick. Where are you at? Where are you at? What channel? What channel? Hey, so Steven, what's going on? Welcome, guys. Let's get some more people in here, guys. Make sure you share this, like this. Let's get it out there. We're gonna have a story time. We're gonna talk about what happened, man. The injustice that I was given. I'll give you some context a little bit here, just to be important. It was in Fort Lauderdale Airport. It was arriving from Dominican Republic, and it was in the engagement with the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Agency, CBP. This is but those are the contexts. This is a border, I guess, search, because technically, I'm not on the border, but I'm the border in a weird way. Like I'm the airport, but that doesn't give him that it's unlimited authority. Oh shit! Fort Lauderdale is your airport, We're gonna. Okay, so you see, you just proved my point, right there. Oh, you have two channels. It's because one's vertical and one's vertical, one's horizontal. So you should be fine. You can go either one. Well, thank you for being here, Gio. I appreciate you. Yeah, if you guys see two streams, one's vertical, one's horizontal. That's all it is. And just if people don't want to hold it like this, if they want to just whatever. That'd be fun. Yes. Now, so you see, you proved my point right there. They must have detained you. Must have. Are you playing that this airport is known for this kind of behavior. Oh, that's right. You can see the logo vertical. Yeah, I know that is the only difference. That's the only thing that sucks in vertical because I'm not gonna put it over my head here, right here, because that would look weird. I know. That's why horizontal is the way to go, but unfortunately, it is what it is. Maybe I don't know. With other streaming programs, I can fix that and make it where you can see it vertically. But with StreamYard, it's very limited about how you can do that. So, but for those who want to go vertical, go vertical. But I encourage you guys to go horizontal. That's the best experience you're going to get. Okay. So, as I was saying, it's a well, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. You couldn't be more right, my friend. So let's dive into it. Are you guys ready to dive into it? Are you ready for me to tell you what happened? How it went? What was done? If you're all ready, let's give me a thumbs up because this will make a good short for sure. 100%. I'm gonna make some good shorts on this for sure. All right. Thank you. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. This is not just a random search. Okay. I was never required to do anything, but I did it. Now that's mainly because I probably should have known better, and not and know my rights and not do what they let them do what they did. So here we go. Let me see here. Okay. So honestly, that wouldn't have been a bad idea if I did use Eternal Shield. I probably should have, man. I probably should have. It would have made sense for me to use it at that point, but um man, let me tell you. All right. Let me just type. So I feel like this is not just a case of discrimination, but a case of violating my Fourth and my Fifth Amendment right. So, oh man, this is just crazy. Let me turn this sucker off so we don't hear it. Okay. So, this is what's crazy to me. Are you ready for this now? Okay. We're good here. Everything looks good. Okay. All right. We go on our trip to Punta Cana in Dominican Republic. It was a beautiful time, man. It was my nephew's birthday weekend. It was not. It was my wife and I's 9th year date. From that day, it was our first date 9 years ago. We're celebrating that. Um, Holidays, seeing my niece and nephew, my sisters, my brother-in-laws, my mom and dad, all good. It's a family trip, right? Beautiful family trip. And it was such an amazing time because like I said, I got to be with my niece and my nephew, and I was so happy that I got to see them and not just in our home, like in general, but like in a cool destination. So I was like, so it was awesome. It was such a great time. So shout out to my mom and dad. You know, they um they were they were so happy to have all of us together because we live a little bit, we're separated a little bit, sisters, they live one here, one here. So, but it was great to have everybody together. And so everything was going well during the trip. Everything went well. The trip, this is nothing bad about the trip. The trip was fantastic. So I appreciate everybody that's asking me about it and told me, hope you have fun and wish me well. And they saw me on Leroy's stream when he was on Sunday night talking with Vinny. Shout out to Vinny Garner State Accountability. Um, you know, I made an appearance on his stream just to show my support, even all the way from the DR. You know what I mean? So that's who I am. That's what I was there for. Like, just because I don't live near them doesn't mean I don't want to show my support and my loyalty to them. That even when they're working late night Sunday, I have to make an appearance as well and help out the boys. So we had a fantastic trip. I highly recommend anyone that has not been to the DR to go to the DR. It was a phenomenal place. We went to this resort, such good food. Let me tell you, man, the work ethic there, holy shit. The people there work their butts off night and day to give the customers, to give the people that are staying there, people that are paying, the guests paid. They made sure that they are having the best experience. Whether that be great service with food, great customer service with the room, great staff for the pool, the beach, you name it. Fantastic. So now, that being said, I will definitely go back to the DR, but probably not through Florida, or at least Fort Lauderdale. Fuck Ion Margate. Man, let me tell you, bro. Let me tell you, that is by far the worst shit show of an airport I've seen, man. And I thought Detroit was pretty bad, but damn, wow, Jenny, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. Wow. So um let me see here. What is this? Hold on. So, like I said, the trip was phenomenal. Thank you for everybody that was asking about the trip. Trip went great. Great trip. So now we're coming back to the lovely United States. A little backstory, guys. I am a US citizen. I was born in Colorado. I lived in the US all my life. Never lived out of the country. Never been to even my home. I've been out of the country, but I've never been to Iran. I've never been there. I've always wanted to, but I haven't. So, but I am an American. I'm always going to be an American, and and I always will be. So that's not going to change. So I get to we leave our lovely resort. Again, shout out to Punta Cana, great place if everyone's looking for a great trip with not only great views, great food, and great service, all and great prices. Holy crap, the prices were so good there. And let me tell you, when we stayed at this resort, there were some good top shelf liquor there. I mean, there's some good stuff, man. It has some good stuff. So, anyway, I digress. Do you have that on the bottom of your foot? Made in the USA. They didn't see. They didn't see it. They did not see it. But listen, okay. Like I said, I was born in the US, all that, right? I'm also TSA pre-checks, right? That means you got to pass an interview and a background check and making sure you're fit the criteria, which I did twice because I renewed it. So I was still clear. Never been arrested. Never been to jail. Never been accused of any kind of crime where I would do anything so nefarious and so bad. Let me tell you something. I wish. No problem, right? It's not what I wish I could say. Can we all wish we could say that? No. No, I did. I can't say that because that's not what happened. I have a problem. So flying out, like I said, I was pre-check sort of all that, right? I vote. I'm a registered voter. I I did jury duty. Do you guys not remember when I did jury duty? That happened. I did jury duty. Uh, I pass. I don't understand. I do what I pay my taxes. So moving on. So I get there, no problem. Right? I leave US, no problem. Get to DR, no problem. All good. Bon voyage. Then it comes to the time when we have to return back home. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I want to say I'm great. Listen, you know, I I just try to stay out of trouble, man. I keep my eyes forward, and just you know do what I have to do as my civic duties, man. I got I'm all about putting in what you know back into the universe. You know what you get out. I believe in that. So, I want to be. I'm blessed and be able to be in a position where I can do this, and that's because of I feel like just good energy, good karma. Anyway, yeah. I mean, if I had a flag, I would. Shit, I don't. Maybe I should now. You know what? If anyone wants to donate an American flag to be behind this instead of my new logo, go ahead and like and give me a donation right now. Put my cash up. Anyway, so like I said, this is not going to be a long kind of stream. I'm going to tell about my experience, and we're going to talk about it, and then move on. And again, guys, I appreciate y'all being here. So please make sure you like and share this. Please, thank you so much. It needs to be addressed. This is sad. This is tragic. This is disgusting. Those were LT's exact words. This is disgusting. That's his exact words. So when I told LT, when I told everybody, LTL, when I told everybody, not everybody, when I told a few people about my experience, they were just astonished. It was they couldn't believe it. So I get out of DR, no problem, right? Get to the airport, beautiful. We're all pre-check, right? We get it, doesn't really matter. Jenny. Jenny's gonna go and she's just said, you know what? I love it. That's fucking funny. Thank you, Jenny. So, and I want y'all's advice on what I should do the next action of this, because I've been given some advice on what I could possibly take the action next step. Anyway, but we got to get there first. All right. Like I said, leaving Punta Cana, right? So sad because it was such a great place. I had such a great time. And right, exactly, Jenny, exactly. And such a great place. So anyway, we left, all good. Connection was in Fort Lauderdale. We get to Fort Lauderdale. Okay. I don't know if anyone's ever traveled internationally. I know we have some international people here, but in regards to coming to the border here in the US, you know, when you're coming from out of the country, you got to get your luggage from from your baggage claim, bring it back into the borders of customs again, right? Because they got to check what you just brought in. I get it. So we all give our passports. So first of all, when we get there, holy moly, man! Never seen an airport so messy, so unorganized. That airport was just a shit show. Leroy Truth, we got Mr. Leroy Truth in the building. Hello, sir. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here, Mr. Leroy Truth. And the man himself, the man, the legend, the truth. Ooh, that's that could be a new one. The man, the legend, the truth. I don't know. We might have to put a pencil on that one, and for later. So, like I said, the trip on its own was fantastic. Get to the airport from Punta Cana to Fort Lauderdale, all good. And when we get into the baggage claim to get our luggage, which was a complete mess, it was insanely overflowing. And we didn't have a lot of time between to get to our terminal, baggage, customs. There was not enough time in the connection. There was not. So we had to book it. But luckily, we were able to get to a U.S. citizens only line through customs, right? So we go in, we give our passports to the officer agent that is at the counter that stamps it and checks your camera, picture, all that, and we all hand it to him. No problem. We'll all take a picture. No problem. He gives them back with me with this part of the travel. It was just me, my wife, and my mom and dad. So just the four of us. So he gave back each of us our passports. No problem. He gave us our passports except for mine. Okay. So right there, I'm like, okay. I don't know what's happening. So when he didn't give me my passport, he made us follow him into a different area, towards to another area where they would take our luggage and scan it, whatever, which is fine. And then there was another officer there. She was a younger female, dressed in civilian clothes, like a hoodie and jeans, but she had a badge. She was showing her badge. I wish I can say it's been selected. No. No, not even that. No, the only thing I smuggled in was probably a good tan and maybe some sand from the beach from my bathing suit. That's it. So they take us to this other area, right? Where it's more like you have a table, they like look through your stuff kind of thing. So the luggage, nothing. They didn't look through our luggage. Luggage was no problem. So if luggage is no problem, if I'm not smuggling, if there's, I'm not, I never will do that. But if there is no other further action needed, if nothing was brought in, or if I'm not breaking any code or anything like that, goodbye and have a great day. Safe journeys. Have a safe flight back to North Carolina. Man, let me tell you, it does make me emotional sometimes because it's heartbreaking knowing that you know it is a combination. So let me get to it. When we get to the other area where this woman came up to us, keep in mind, my mom and dad, my wife, they had their passports still in their hand. They're good. They never checked our luggage. They just asked us to empty our pockets and put everything on the table. All of us. So we did. I had my passport book, just like a protector book, and my phone. And the book is just to keep my passport and my wife's passport, and that's it. It's like a little whatever. We get into the questioning part of this now, where she's starting to ask, like, kind of towards me now. She had everybody's stuff out, right? She didn't really look through anybody else's stuff. They all put their stuff out. She only stayed in front of me and my table, on the table. She stayed in front of me the whole time with my passport in her hand. Okay? With the passport in my hand, she starts asking me, "What do you do?" Right? Well, she asked everybody, "What do they do?" They all responded, but she didn't go back and further question it. They all said what they said. I said, "I work for myself. I'm a contractor. I do video editing, graphic design. I just do audiovisual production. I just work for myself. I'm a freelance, a contractor. Okay, that's what I do. That's who I am. That's it. Never said my channel. Never said my. Um, never said who, where I put it on. Never even said the word YouTube. Never said anything like that. Um, None of that. I never said any of that. So when she starts asking me questions like, what kind of videos? For who? Why do you gotta say who? Like, why does it, that's none of your business who my clients are. Who's your who's your banker? Who do you have business with? Who's your doctor? Who's your personal private business? What I don't ask those questions. Yes, they all work for the government. They're all public servants. They all work technically for us. They're all public servants. And you know, shout out to Leroy again. If you're still here, Leroy, shout out to you. Thank you for you know, um, talking to me after that happened. And I just wanted you guys to know that um, everyone I've been talking about this experience has been nothing but supportive. So thank you to everybody. So moving on. Yes, Leroy is here. Thank you, Leroy, Mr. Truth, the man, the legend, the truth. So she's asking me who I work for. I just said myself. So I work for myself, right? So she asked who you work for, what kind of videos. I said everything. I cover everything. There's nothing I don't do a video of. I've done sports, I've done news, I've done film, I've done commercials, I've done whatever, broadcasting, radio, you name it. And and when there was one other agent next to her, and he was in civilian clothes as well, backwards hat. He kind of looked just like me, honestly, with like a sweater, hoodie, and all that. But they were running me. Keep in mind, when my parents up to all their stuff, they never touched their shit. They never touched it once. They were only hovering over me. And interrogating me. How often do you travel? Where do you go? Who the hell are you? So I was just in a weird kind of headspace where I'm thinking, where is this going? Where are you going with? And when they had all our stuff on the table, right? Again, they were not paying attention to my mom's, my dad's, my wife. She took my phone. Because there were other agents around. There were plenty of other agents around. And there were plenty of other agents, but they were all dressed in uniform, all dressed in gear. There was not another person that wasn't dressed up, all dressed in uniform, except these two. A young male-ish and a younger female. Now, I did not get their names. I should have asked for their badge number. I should have asked for their names. I should have said, I don't answer any questions. I absolutely should have said all those things. This is why it's so important, extremely important, to understand your rights. Knowing that these rights are to help you against government officials. So I, standing there, still, keep in mind, I should put this out. We had maybe less than 10 minutes by the time we got to the counter originally to get to our gate before we had to get back to, before it closes. So we were crunching for time. It was insane because, like I said, we had to get our luggage. We had to wait in this long ass line that was wrapped around the entire turn. My wife has a video. I should see if I can find it and I should play it for y'all. It was insane. Like, it was so overcrowded. And I do get it that it is holiday season. I understand that, but damn. So I get to the point where they're now saying, okay, sir, they take my phone. They grab it. They said, now, the next part here, we're going to take your phone. We're going to seize your phone. We're not going to download anything. That's what they said. They're not going to install anything. That's what they said. That's what they told me. And, maybe I should FOIA request, like, if they have security footage or if there's some kind of, I don't know, security camera, maybe they could pick up the audio or something, because I really should have recorded the conversation. I should have, because what the hell am I doing here? Why are we here right now? We got to go to our gate. We got to fly. We got to go home. We're exhausted. We want to go home. We're done. So they grabbed my phone, right? And they're like, okay, we're going to need you to put in your PIN, and we're going to take it, and you guys can't go yet until we're done. And I'm going to be questioning mostly you. I'm going to talk to you. I was like, oh, really? Obviously. You've only been interrogating me the whole freaking time. So this agent, which I really wish I can close my eyes, I can see her right now. I can. So they grabbed my phone, I unlocked it. Again, did I need to? No. Do I have the right to say no? Yes. They can threaten to delay me. They can threaten to whatever, but they had no lawful right to go into my phone, take my phone at all. and have me give him my PIN to let me into to let them into my phone. Do you know what I mean? Like there's no need. I did not have to. They could ask. They may pressure you. They could delay my, you know, but no, they cannot legally compel to enter my passcode disclosure, my PIN, or any of that. Face ID, Touch ID. That's your Fourth Amendment right. To like that's your on unlawful seizures. You can't they can't take that from you. Uh, I know, I know. Unbelievable. Look, I there is look. They can look for all my social media accounts. There's nothing on there. My shit is public. I'm not private. And they never got and all the communications I have with people I work with, all my clients, they never got to. I use a different communication app. I use a different thing, so they don't they and that is a different code. So they couldn't get everything. Um, but if you want to see pictures, fine. You can see pictures, a million pictures of me and my wife, a crap ton of pictures of my cats. That's about it. Patricia, hello, welcome. But I know, man. I am pissed. So when because listen, I did not have any of this knowledge acknowledgement of like how much how much violation was happening with my rights. I had no idea. Dumbass me, stupid me. Yes. So if you know what I'm saying, like if I'm at an airport, that should be the last thing. Anyway, so I'm gonna get back on track. The pictures, yes, yes, I know, I know. That's all they're gonna see is the pictures. Anyway, so I work with, like I said, my clients. I keep that very confidential, and I don't disclose that because it's well. Anyway, I'm not gonna explain why because it's pretty damn obvious. I thank you, Geo. I don't know. I don't think I did. Where the hell did I land? So I get to the point now they say that I give them my phone pin. Again, I'm with my parents, and my dad is a little old school, and he doesn't understand a lot of I don't know the way American customs kind of work. I mean, he's been here for a very long time, but he's a little older, and you know he didn't say anything, but if I didn't do anything, like I felt like he would have just said, "All right, give him your phone," like whatever. But at the same time, I can understand why because there's nothing for me to hide. But then at the same time, it's none of their business what's on my phone. I'm not hiding anything, but at the same, but you know what I mean. It's not their business either. Who I talk to, what I say, none, and or who I work for, and what kind of videos I work on and do. If you want to see it, you can go to my page. It's public. But that's it. Whatever you see in public, that's all you get to see because that's public. When I was telling her, I said, "Okay, you're going to take my phone. What does that mean? What? We got to get to our flight. What?" And the woman did say to my mom and my dad, and to the woman, my wife, my woman, my mom, my dad, and my wife, "You guys can go to your gate if you want. I just need him, me, pointing to me. I just need him." Hmm, okay, all right. Now, at this point, I'm like 85 to 90% sure the flight's already gone. My connected flight. Pretty sure. And that doesn't matter to this person, this agent, obviously. So when they took my phone, they made us, they basically detained us because I wasn't free to leave. I couldn't just leave. I tried to walk after after we empty our pockets and whatever. Um, I put it back. I was getting ready to like pack it up and get ready to leave. Continue on because that's it. We were done. No, she goes, no, you can't leave yet. I can't leave. You won't let me leave because I can't leave. You just won't let me because why? Moving on, continuing as from my friend Leroy. I just catch myself doing that sometimes. Continuing, it does help, Leroy. So thank you, Leroy, for that. Shout out to Leroy Truth, guys. Make sure, please. He's almost at 60,000. Let's go, Jenny. Can you put up Leroy's page here? If whoever sees this or is going to see it, will see it. Please subscribe to Leroy Truth. He's almost at 60,000. So let's get him there. So moving on, they make us follow her because my parents were not going to leave. First of all, my parents were not going to be like, yeah, okay, we'll meet you there. No, their son is being questioned right now by someone who is unidentified. I never asked. I should have, but she should probably address herself like, hi, my name is Agent da da da. You should just want you to know that, and this is who I am. No, they're like, oh, hello, all right, folks, empty your pockets. That's basically it, man. They just rubbed us in like we're swine coming through assembly line. But yes, again, Leroy's Truth is almost at 60,000. So please, that is his goal by the end of this week. Let's get him to 60,000. Anyway, they had so at this point they had my passport and they had my phone. That's all they had. No one else's stuff. And they take us into this room. She might have thought I traveled for, but generally they don't ask that right then. They ask that like when you're at the booth. They're like, "Oh, business or pleasure," I don't feel like that's really a question anymore. I feel like that's so like back then. Now, why does it matter? I'm here. If I'm here legally, I'm here legally. That's it. I do both. I work and leisure. So so let's get Leroy Truth up there to 100 to 60,000, and then like here, 100K on the way, 100%. And then guys, if you haven't already, let's try to get me to the 100, not even the K, just the 100. So please, guys, like and share and subscribe to this video, to my channel, and share this with whoever to know that this is happening. And it's ridiculous. It's happening. So I said, okay, let's do it. That's a good way to pay it off. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Leroy. So the officer, the lady, took us into this other area. Okay, this is our third area we're going to now. Third area. Road to 100. Yes, that's my mission. Just to get to 100. I got like 91 right now, so all I need is 9 more, and then let's get to the 500, and let's get me monetized, guys, please. I gotta get some monetization here. I gotta get a couple shackles with all these videos I'm gonna be putting out there. So let's get it there. Let's get it there, guys. I wanna get it there. So I really want to get my channel out there. And when they took us to this room, third room, by the way, it was nothing but people of ethnic, shocker, brown, black, mostly brown, maybe 1 or 2 black, but mostly brown, not one white person. Oh, I actually, you know what? That's a lie. There's one white person. My wife. One white person in that whole room. There was about 40, maybe 50 almost people. Kids, families, alone, old couple, but all none of them white. Now, when you go into this other room, the way it's set up, it's like almost like at a DMV where there's like partition sections. Not DMV, I guess like a doctor's office where like you can go up to the counter where they're partitioned. You can go to one little booth or next one or next one. So like when you're getting called up, Mr. Smith, come up to booth number 5 to talk to us. Okay, right? Everyone that came in was going up back and forth, right? Now the woman that did that is leading this whole investigation with my phone, seizing my phone and my passport, meaning that's my property and my identity right there. Um, oh, there's 2 lives here? What do you mean? Who else's live? Is Leroy alive? No. Oh, you're talking about um my whatchamacallit, the vertical stream. Um so when we went to this room, right? Like I said, they're all partition rooms or counters, and they call about everybody to go up, right? Now, when the woman was talking to me, she said, "I'm going to be talking to you a lot." I said, "Okay, sure." So when we went to this room, not one peep, not one peep. I haven't heard from her. We sat in that room for about 45 minutes. Oh, and yeah, the plane's gone. And you cannot leave without them. Detainment. I could not go. They could not let me be free. I was not free to leave. How crazy is that? I come home to my country and I'm not free to leave the airport? So ridiculous. My poor parents. My poor parents. We've been up all day traveling. They're exhausted. And by the way, my mom was getting sick. And she's been sick, but she started to get worse. Um I'm sorry, hold on. I just got a text here. I'm just looking at. Okay, sorry. Um Listen, you're fine, bro. Um I understand. I should have been aggressive. I should have said, "Get away from my property. You cannot seize it." I should have. That was that was dumb. That was dumb for me. So they took us to this other room, right? Where we were waiting. And when she did not talk to me the whole entire time, we sat there. We sat there. Missed our flight, of course. Flight was gone. Um, it was gone. Great. And we were just not informed of anything that was happening. No one told us what's going on. No one said what the process was happening, what was even being done. No one questioned about anything else. They were trying to find whatever they can on my phone. And then finally, I see the woman behind me at the door just like open the door and letting us, my family and I, go. They let me and my family go, and we were like, what is going on? What happened? I asked them. I said, what is going on here? What is happening? And I'm also like at that point where like trying to figure out we can get another flight or something. I was like, I got to get out of here. My mom, of course, was asking. My wife asked, what was the reason for this? Why were you guys being discriminated? What was the discrimination for? What were you trying to find on my son? What were you trying to find on my husband? Guess what they found? Nothing. Because there is nothing. So if they are trying to do it, wow. Nothing, again, nothing's happened. They just can't they can't ask for your PIN code. They can't ask for any of that. Now, I did look up on some ChatGPT questions about like, can I do this? Can I do that kind of thing? Here's what some said. You ready for this? Could they force me to give the passcode? They forced me. No. Courts distinguish between physical evidence and testimonial evidence. A passcode is testimonial, protected by the Fifth Amendment. Because that's all you cannot discriminate. You can't do that. It's protected. They're the protection agency, and they can't even protect the freaking amendment. They can't even protect the Constitution. CBP policy itself does not authorize forcing passwords. They rely on coercion. I can't even. Coercion. I'm. Man, dyslexia is horrible. I might not even say this word. Coercion and not legal authority. The policy itself does not authorize forcing passwords, bro. Their own policy. So these two unidentified agents that were in civilian clothes went ahead and did it on their own damn selves. They felt like they could break their policy. Could they take the phone out of my hand, out of my sight? Yes, but with limits. Temporary seize of the phone, take it to another room, hold it, and conduct a basic search. But it must be for a legitimate border purpose. It cannot be identifiant. It cannot exceed CBP policy limits, which it did. And she told me to put in my password. She wrote it down. So she can watch me put it in, and copied it and wrote it down. Yes. Do you need a warrant to search anything on my phone? See, that was my stupid. Maybe I need to talk to Jacob Uriel, but I don't have that kind of money to get him as an attorney. But I'm sure I can probably come up with that, because knowing that if I can sue them for their wrongful detainment and seizing my property and violating my rights, absolutely. So yeah, they cannot do it without a freaking warrant. If you want to pat me down, pat me down. If you want to have me walk through the freaking security detector metal detector again, fine. If you want me to take my shirt off and my shoes and my pants, fine. But you're not taking my property. You're not going to search my property without a warrant. Not going to happen. So she just gives me my property back and we leave, right? Missed the flight. Flight's gone. What do we do? Oh, sorry, guys. There's no more flights tonight. No more flights. When's the next flight? Can we have one like 7 a.m.? I can wake up at 7 a.m., 6 a.m., 5 a.m., whatever. Oh, no. I'm sorry. The next flight's not till 3 p.m. the next day. Okay. All right. All right. Do we get a voucher? No. She didn't. We don't get a voucher. No. Now, in their defense, it was not the airline's fault. This wasn't an airline issue. This is a CBP issue. Okay? It's very important to know your rights when you're getting in this kind of situation where they could absolutely seize you, detain you, take away your freedom. They, you know what I mean? So, um, sorry. Um, yeah, Jenny. Yeah, Jenny. Now, thank God for my wife because I would have lost it if she wasn't there. Honestly, guys, I don't know if I would have been able to go without getting out of there with some kind of, you know, reprimation. Like I would get some kind of like arrest or some charge. I would lose my mind. They'd probably blacklist me if I said what I wanted to say. But it's free speech. But I just would have just told them how. Anyway, 100% know your rights. 100%. Even if you don't memorize it, have it printed out. Have it printed out and fold it in your wallet. Put it somewhere. Get it tattooed. No, I'm just kidding. I would never do that. But you're 100% right. I should not have backed down. I should have not. I should have not let them seize my stuff, man. I should have said no. I don't answer questions. I don't need to answer your questions. I haven't done anything. If you want to do a random search, do a what's in their basic, moderate, whatever level of search, like my luggage, sure, you can. I can open it for you. I'm not gonna not open it. That's fine. I'm at an airport. So yeah, you can look at my luggage. Sure. But you're not gonna look at my freaking property, my whole thing on my phone? Now, what kind of search can they do? Or they're allowed to do? Allowed without suspicion, basic search. Okay. So if there's no suspicion, this is random because that's what no suspicion means it's random, right? If that's what allegedly this was whole about. Like they can't, this must be, it can be only be manual on the screen device, no downloading, no copying. Without suspicion, they're saying they can legally scroll through photos, view videos, read messages, look at contacts, open apps, look at call logs, check WhatsApp, all these whatever there's on there, Facebook. Yeah, exactly, exactly. If they're trying to plant shit on me, I like to see them try, but they'd be too dumb because I didn't do anything wrong. There's nothing I did. There's no crime I committed. I don't. I am an honorable guy. I don't do that shit. I support good law. I support our rights. I support the Constitution. So, thank you, Leroy. And again, guys, please let's get Leroy up to 60,000 subscribers, guys. Let's go. Do it for Miss Leroy Truth. So they This woman would not give us anything, of course, nothing. She just, oh, just random, it's just random. Bullshit. Now, what they're not allowed to do without reasonable suspicion, they cannot lawfully do the following unless they had reasonable suspicion of a crime or a national security justification and supervisor approval. They cannot lawfully do the following unless, so they had a 100% Geo. 100% Geo. We all do. Let's all get to a million, but Leroy Truth first. Let's get him to a million. And they're not allowed casually plug the phone in for forensic tools, copying. But how will we know that? They never told us anything was happening. If they did any of that without proper authorization, it would violate CB policy and potentially the Constitution. So yeah, what could it? You know what I'm saying? What could have? What could have been? So if they just wanted to find out my business of who I talk to, who my clients are, you're not going to find anything. You're just going to find a couple of hardworking people. That's it. No crimes being committed. No crimes being committed. So when I left, after they told us that, no, they did not. No, they did not. No, they did not articulate anything. Nothing. After we missed our flight, after we were told that we cannot get a voucher, after we were told that we had to get another flight not till the next day at 3 p.m., we said, oh, great. Here we are, the four of us, tired as hell, clothes, dirty clothes in our all day from the airport, dirty clothes in the luggage because we're coming home. There's wet clothes in that shit. We went swimming right before we went to the airport. So, you know what I mean? Like, not a good situation, guys. We need to get the hell home to. So they didn't tell any of the why they kept us, why they delayed us, why they making us stay here another night. So we get to the hotel. Now, at this point, that was the majority of the interaction with the CBP. They haven't said anything else after that. They haven't told me anything, nothing. They only gave me a little pamphlet. But what I'm going to definitely do is, I think, if yeah, there's no shady cast. What's the suspicion? What are you suspecting me of committing? What crime are you suspecting me of doing? Nothing. I passed through all your hoops. I jumped through all your hoops. I did everything you asked. I've given you my proper documentation. Everything is up to date. I didn't say, oh shit, I didn't have my real ID. Oh crap, I don't have this. No, I had everything ready. I had everything ready. When we left, yeah, I got emotional because this is not the first time this happens, guys. I've been racially profiled since, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's, I mean, I'm not trying to be cliche or what was me, but since 9/11, yeah. I've had some it was questionable before that, you know, with some interaction with some people, but nothing like since 9/11, unfortunately. And it's sad because it was a really sad day for the whole world. Just New York, man, broke my heart. So shout out to those people ever affected by 9/11 and anybody. Like I said, I love my country. I love the US. Fucking love it here. I love where I'm from. I'm proud of being born in America. I'm proud as fuck. I love it here. But because I'm a 6'5", big brown Middle Eastern guy with a beard with a name like that, who knows? Maybe they have more maybe they have more crap on me in the system when they scam my name. I don't know. Because this is not, like I said, it's not the first time, guys. 9/11 happened. Stupid long, quick story, little thing. Long story short, I got accused of having a weapon, which I never said I had a weapon or even made a threat or even did anything in any shape, way, or form. But I was accused by a teacher. I was accused by a teacher when I was in high school, in sophomore year high school. I was accused by my teacher of me having a weapon on me in school. So you know what they did? They called the police, the school police. They brought in, the principal, the superintendent, whatever. They emptied the classroom. They cornered me in the classroom. I was obviously a minor. I probably should have my parent with me at that point. But they were cornering me, and they took apart my book bag and ripped it apart. They took apart my book bag. They ripped it apart. They found nothing. A pencil, pen. I had a calculator. Oh my God. So you see what I'm saying? That's happened. I've been profiled at the airport. I was dropping off baggage at the counter. I was already checked in. I just had to drop it off. I already paid for it. I dropped it in. I went to go drop it off. And, I will say who was Spirit Airlines. They're bullshit. Spirit Airlines is a bullshit airline. They're extremely racist. So, they, when I came up to the counter to say, "Here, we're dropping off luggage," they were basically saying, "Oh, okay. Now, mind you, she only asked for my ID, not my wife's. Oh, okay. Where are you from? Why? I'm from Boston. I grew up in Boston. I was born in Colorado. I live in North Carolina. So I'm from North Carolina. Yeah, no, like where's your mother born? Your mother born? Why does that matter? So so when I'm at that point where like I can't even go and drop off luggage without getting some kind of question of like where I'm from, why, who's your mom, who's your dad, who the hell are you? I said, what is that? I said to them, I said, it's none of your business. And why does it matter? I'm here to drop off luggage. I understand we're trying to catch a flight. And mind you, I was sick. I was just miserable. So getting back to mine, what the hell is calling me now? So back to my experience is recorded some huh. Well, isn't that special? Yeah. 100%. 100%, Jenny. Let me say this though. I'm just gonna wrap this up because I appreciate y'all being here. So I'm just gonna say this. But after we got to the airport, when they said we got to be back by 3, fine. Got to an hotel. We got to the airport, or again, went through it. Delayed. There was a problem with the toilet on the airplane. We get on the plane, we taxi off, and we're getting ready to take off. Oh, sorry guys, we got to go back to fix something, but we'll take off shortly after that. Okay. 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later. Sorry guys, we got to deboard you. So we deboarded. Now, thank God they didn't cancel, but they did delay 6 hours, mind you. They delayed us another 6 hours. So I was supposed to get home the day before around 9, 10 o'clock at night. But I ended up getting home Thursday night around like 1 a.m. So pretty insane. But that's what it is. And we get home finally. Everyone's sick, miserable. My family, I'm okay, thank God for now, as of now. But yeah, it's really hard. But that's what I wanted to. I wanted to come here and I wanted to guys talk to you about it. And I appreciate everyone being here. Thank you guys for your time and your conversation and your attention in this important matter. I will keep you posted if there's progress, but for now, I'm home. Yes, I'm home. I'm here. And, I just want you guys to know that know your rights. Know your rights. Okay? So, anyway, take it easy, guys. I'm going to get out of here, but I appreciate everyone here. Leroy Truth again. Let's get him up to 100,000. Right now, we can get to 60,000, but let's get him up to I mentioned 100 and to 1 million. But for me as well, let's get me up to 100. That'd be nice. Again, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's been a learning experience. Like you said, that's life. Jenny, yes, we live and learn, but the point is we live to learn another day. All right, guys, take it easy. I appreciate y'all. Have a good one. Peace out. And hold on, where is this thing not here? There we go. All right, take it easy, guys. Have a good one.